What's up everybody, this is Chardstrom, and today we have another Evike Box of Awesomeness unboxing for you guys. This time we have the Halloween 2024 Box of Awesomeness. I'm pretty excited to see what we got in these boxes, as they have actually given us 2 boxes for this Box of Awesomeness. So I'm pretty excited to see what we get. Anyways, let's get this started. We got a knife, let's open this box. We're gonna go ahead and start with the top box, and we got this crazy melee weapon here. This thing is kind of cool. Honestly, this is Airsoft, I guess. So I guess I would have to hold this thing like this and just whack the living heck out of someone. I don't feel really safe holding it like this because it's so incredibly top heavy. I feel like this stick would just absolutely break in half. But to hold it like this, I could definitely do some damage, so neat. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. All right guys, we're on to the main box. Let's go ahead and open this box. All right guys, the main box is opened. Let's go ahead and see what we got. All right guys, first up in the box, we got this Evike Warp Prism bag. Let's go ahead and open it up. Check it out guys, we got another one of these Warp Prism bags. These things are absolutely amazing as they have plenty of storage space for all of your Airsoft accessories. You got your 2 HPA tank type pouches in the front. You have a enormous front pouch that you can stick all your mags or any sorts of things in, and you got like these little zippers on the front to put in even more little tiny accessories or all sorts of little things that can fit in here. You got molly space on the front if you want to add more pouches to this thing. You got patch space on the front, and this big pouch opens up into this just enormous little area with a sling that you can put on the bag. And on the inside of the bag, if you open it all the way up, you have an enormous amount of space for 2 guns. So you got this whole area here in which you can strap your gun in, and then you have a divider here to put your second rifle in the bag. These things are absolutely amazing for the price that you're spending on a rifle bag, so I highly recommend these things to a lot of people. On the back of the bag, you have these backpack straps depending on how you want to carry your bag. You also have 2 zipper pouches here, so you can put even more stuff on the back of the bag. Depending on what it is, I would put something soft or not crushable on the back, just because if you're carrying this like a backpack, you're putting all your weight on it. And then you also have a card identifier here in case you lose your bag. These things are absolutely just incredibly high quality bags for the price, and I highly recommend them, as you're not even spending $100 for a bag that will fit all of your Airsoft accessories. So neat. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. All right guys, next up in the box, we have this Evike hex patch that is Halloween themed. It looks like we have this jack-o'-lantern style hex patch from Evike, so this thing's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and throw it on the patch wall. All right guys, next up in the box, we have our weapons cache card. We actually got the Zombie Night weapons cache card, which I think is a pretty rare 2nd edition card, so that's pretty cool. As you can see, we have our Zombie Night weapons cache card. It's just a simple little Doge background with the Doge Darth Vader patch, so neat. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. All right guys, next up in the box, we have this Matrix and Double Bell Saiga 12 shotgun box. Let's go ahead and open it up. Check it out guys, this thing is absolutely cool. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys don't know this, but I really like the Saiga 12 as a shotgun, so I'm extremely excited to open this gun up. Wow, this thing feels awesome. Just bust out this magazine here. It also seems that we got an extra magazine catch here and an Allen key. So I'm not sure why they sent that. Maybe it's an extended one, I can't really tell. But that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and Okay, that's a little concerning that the iron sight just moves around like that. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe it's missing a screw? Or is that windage? Is that supposed to be windage? I don't know. This thing is actually really cool. Oh, and we can fold the stock, so that's even better. This thing is super cool. Like, I feel awesome holding this gun. Like, I really love the Saiga, so it's like, it's just cool for me to have this thing. So, I'm super excited to shoot this, as you can tell, because I really just love the platform of this gun, and putting it in the magazine is actually kind of a pain in the ass too. This thing could blow some holes in someone. Is it? Oh, it's only one barrel. Is it just an AEG that's like, because it has an automatic setting, and I don't remember the Saiga having an automatic setting, so I don't know how to feel about this thing. I doubt we could do that in this gun, but it also looks like we can put a rail riser on top in case we want to put a red dot on top of this thing, so that's pretty nice. And it has a sling mount in the front here, and I think there was a sling mount in the back right here. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what else we got. Alright guys, next up in the box, we have this F-1 Firearms box. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Check it out guys, we have this SDU 2.0 F-1 Firearms Red M4. This thing is pretty cool. It feels stupid lightweight. There's like stuff stuck in there though. That's why I don't really like skeleton receivers. This thing is actually pretty cool. I actually like the handguard of this thing because it has a perfect spot just for your hand to go on this thing. Because obviously you don't want to put your hand on this M-LOK. It's actually, I don't think I've ever felt that before, but sharp M-LOK, I don't think I've ever felt in my life. And for some reason this is actually a little bit uncomfortable on the hands. But right here, this feels absolutely just amazing. This thing is pretty cool. It does have an ambidextrous selector switch that works. So that's pretty nice. You have a pretty standard F1 Firearms muzzle device in the front with an easy to take off orange tip, I assume. So that's pretty nice. You got a pretty good stock in the back that has, I believe, 4 positions, maybe 3. Not 4, we got 4. If you want to add a little bit of extra length to your M4, you have plenty of chances to do so. It has a pretty, geez, I really do not like that. The spring guide in the gun is just totally exposed. A BB could definitely just punch right here and shatter and completely jam up your gun. I don't really like that. And on top of that, the top of the gearbox is completely oiled, and you can see all the oil in the top of the rail segments there. So that's kind of weird. I'm not sure how I feel about this thing. Standard silver hop up here. This thing's really weird. Motor grip actually feels pretty nice. It's a nice EMG motor grip. The trigger is about the only thing I really like about this gun, and the handguard. I mean, honestly, this, I don't know, not 8-bit, but this weird anodized, layered handguard type mesh thing. I don't even know what you would call this, but it's got all these little lines on it. It feels weird, but it actually feels pretty comfortable in my hand, so that's neat. The trigger does feel nice on this thing. I'm not too disappointed with it, but I don't like how there's a lot of grease on top of the gun and that it's just incredibly exposed in the gearbox area of this gun. I mean, skeleton receivers are cool and all, but it's not practical. You're gonna break your gun super easily. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it shoots. Anyways, guys, let's go shoot some guns. This Saiga 12 is actually pretty cool. It fires extremely hot, and I truly don't understand why. It's only 1 BB per trigger pull, so it's kind of a letdown. But other than that, this thing is pretty nice. It's shot insanely hot, so I have no idea how this thing is going to act out on the battlefield. But other than that, I really enjoyed firing this gun, and it's kind of cool that it has an auto feature. So, neat. As for the EMG F-1 Firearms M4, this thing shot pretty nice. It felt okay in my hands. It had a decent rating for its specs. But other than that, I actually enjoyed shooting it, and it wasn't as clunky, and I guess I was expecting it to be a loud gun, mostly because this thing is exposed, it's skeletonized on the receiver, and I expected it to be just kind of a pain in the butt. But other than that, this thing was pretty nice, and I actually enjoyed shooting it, so neat. I would probably give the Saiga an 8 out of 10, and this gun a 7 out of 10. The Saiga is better just because of how hard it shot, so I'm actually excited to play with that thing on the battlefield. But other than that, these are a pretty good set of guns. Anyways guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment as to what your favorite part of the video was. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.